Thank you, Poonam, Honorable Minister for Lands, and Acting Minister for Housing, Honorable Vosarogo, Permanent Secretaries, members of the media. Thank you for coming over to this launch. Poonam said few words, it will be more than few words. Access to affordable housing is a major challenge, as we all know, for low and middle income households in Fiji. This is also a result of a huge and sharp growth in informal settlements, and obviously with growing concerns with respect to climate change, its impact, housing provision is becoming or has become an integral part of all our challenges, including economic and social. It's interesting to talk about the statistics a little bit. Average transacted value of a house right now, and I'm talking about the average, it's about $243,000, which actually requires a minimum household post-tax income of $50,000 to actually secure a home from a commercial bank. 90% of the population earns below $50,000, and so cannot access the formal housing market, and the affordability has become a challenge, and therefore increase in informal settlement, or as popularly known as squatter settlements. The government therefore aims to increase the supply of affordable and climate resilient housing with a vision to actually eradicate squatter settlements or informal settlements in the next 10 years. That is the vision and the plan of the coalition government. With this objective, as you know, 6 sites were all already earmarked: 4 Davilevu, Nepani, Wainimbuku, Rewanga in the Central Division, and a site in Lotoka, Tawakumbu, and Tavua, with a total area of 266 acres to develop the first pilot project, which is expected to supply about 3,000 housing units, which will be climate resilient, green, and on top of that, Category 5 cyclone compliant structures. And in order to do this, government will engage or would like to engage a private sector participation through the public-private partnership arrangement. And part of the strategy that the government wants to use is to work with the private sector and build a PPP arrangement, because the government does not necessarily have the capacity or the expertise to deliver the magnitude of this project on its own. And therefore there is a need for private sector participation in the housing project. The objective of bringing in the private sector is to reduce squatter and informal settlements. Interestingly, the National Housing Policy identified 15% of urban population living in 200 informal settlements around the country. And because of the unaffordability of the houses or the land that is available, more informal settlements are springing up around the outskirts of major towns and cities. And particularly lack of affordable housing for low and middle income households. As I said, if the average transacted value is 243,000 and 90% of the people earn below 50,000, and you need about $50,000 income to secure a commercial loan from a bank, then the affordability is not there. We are obviously engaging the International Finance Corporation, which is an institution, a member of the World Bank Group, and it is an international financial institution of which Fiji is a member. And IFC is the largest global development institution focused exclusively on the private sector in developing countries, and we have Ritesh Vij here, and we may want to say a few words later on. IFC's expertise and involvement in housing PPPs in other jurisdictions include, for example, in India, IFC assisted the state government of Odisha in the technical and legal due diligence for creating a PPP transaction structure for development of 2,600 affordable housing units in an economically disadvantaged area of Bhubaneswar. In India, IFC is assisting the state government of Bihar also in developing a statewide network of green affordable housing projects on multiple sites located across various cities in the state. Other locations, other countries in Haiti, Albania, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh, IFC's housing finance program support lenders to develop programs that combine small housing loans with the provision of construction materials and engineering advice. Another project is in Indonesia. This is a big project, a US $960 million program, which is again co-financed by the World Bank. So IFC, the reason why we are partnering and getting good advice from IFC is because IFC has had this extensive experience in doing these sort of projects. What we intend to get out of this, obviously, is that the government will save beneficiaries from all income categories, households earning from as low as 10,000 to up to 50,000 per year. The subsidy program will be means tested, so the availability of units would be such that households with income per year of as low as 10,000 up to 50,000 would get the subsidy from government. And of course it will be means tested, which means that the lower the income, the higher the subsidy. Higher the income within that range of 10,000 to 50,000, the subsidy will be more. The project is estimated to require a net budget or a subsidy support of $28 million over 3 years of construction, which is about $9 to $10 million per year. I think there are a number of benefits that will come out of this project. The key, of course, the key objective is to provide affordable housing to low and middle income families which in normal circumstances, without this project, without the subsidy, would not be able to own a house. This project is intended, or the objective of this project is to increase home ownership, provide opportunities for low income, especially low income families, to be able to own a house or a unit and which they can call theirs. The project would be a big boost also to the local economy and the investment climate within the country. And we are hoping that approximately $500 million would be mobilized through the private sector, which will provide job opportunities for a lot of our people. We have had discussions about this project with the banks, and I'm very pleased to inform that the banks have supported this idea. The banks are willing to finance and support all categories of families with starting with incomes as low as 10,000 within the range up to 50,000 as well. So there is a buy-in from the bank. So this is we are launching the call for a tender, and we hope, and we've already had some indications. There appears to be a lot of interest. The government will also mount some road shows, including outside of Fiji, Australia, New Zealand, and maybe India and Singapore, depending on the scope and what we are looking for. So it is indeed my pleasure on behalf of the government to actually reveal these details about the objective of the project and what the government intends to do, and how we plan to resolve or address this whole issue of affordable housing in the country. I have the Honourable Minister for Acting Minister for Housing and Minister for Lands. He's a very important man. I'll ask him to say a few words, and then Ritesh, you can sum it up. Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Finance. This provides really a great opportunity for those who have been, for a very long time, I suppose, dreaming of owning their first home or their own property. Over the years, property prices have just shot out of reach. And so to the low and medium families who earn, whose earning power does not give them that capacity to borrow and to purchase their own properties. This project is going to provide them with that excellent opportunity of owning their first home. And it runs also with the target or the aim of government, that in the next 10 years we are going to provide Fijians, all communities, decent and affordable housing. It spreads out in at least 4 areas in Viti level. So there are, 4 areas in Suva, in the largest Nosori Suva corridor. and one is going to be in the west. The pilot project is one of ways in which government is encouraging families to start saving so that they can invest in these properties, in these housing schemes when they are ready. The timelines are going to be presented in the document that's going to be provided to you. But this is an exciting opportunity, and we are urging Fijians to look into these housing projects with positivity, because it certainly is going to be something that not only would boost the yield of our economy in how contractors and subcontractors are also going to be involved, but much more than that, the banks, the Association of Banks, have got a buy-in into this project, but more importantly, which is the reason why the coalition government is rolling out this project, is to ensure that all Fijians are at that place where they can start saving their earnings so that they can buy and purchase their own properties in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister.